Yeah,
this
when you
round,
ticket,
that
there's a
means
little
you are
crow.
watching this round. Please do not be screening one of the rounds that is happening currently.
Very.
Now that the
Yeah,
pre-gaming
I can
is
see
done, we can do
everybody.
the pre-game checklist. Code sheet is done, which is great. Here's the content warning for this round.
Just sit
The
in there.
study of humanities often challenges us as we examine the full range of the human experience. This common round contains mention of violence and sexual assault. As always, take care of yourselves and reach out to your chaperones and sponsors if you need to talk about the content.
Okay.
We're going to do a buzzer check. All the ones, please buzz in. Twos.
C2, could you buzz in?
Thank you. Threes. And fours. Pay for it. And then everyone on the screen. Okay, cool. Audience, please, and staff members, please make sure your phones will not make noise. And please be quiet, except with the exception of the score checks at 5, 10, 15, and 19, where we will clap and for the room. There. Aurelia?
Yep.
Awesome. Here is the new Aurelia passage. Aurelia, qui erst facebat, erat in Egypto, cum familia sua caulida ingenti et equo. Tradecem ludos magnos iobus in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabat. Tandem, hic equus iratissimus domum recurrere coepit. Eque. Aurelia Anglicae dixit, you could read about the year 312 AD in history books, but can you tell us what the abbreviation OP period, CIT period means? Players and coaches, please make sure you do not do anything that can be construed as consultation. That includes gestures and nonverbal communication. And since it says there, coaches, no gestures such as nose tapping or pointing. Who are the captains? A2, B2, C2. Okay. Who are the official coaches for each team? So, Florida's coaches. New Hampshire, you have a coach in the room?
I guess I'm one of the next coaches. So.
I was going to do the Oberyn and Martell and Game of Thrones. I was like, I would be the champion. And Georgia in the back. All right. Any questions from any of the players? Cool. Okay. We are waiting for the go-ahead, so we have just a moment. We are currently missing a player from a couple of teams. We're running off the How's it ready? For Marvin today. Still not all that hot, honestly. For Georgia, July, this isn't so bad. I just got the message to let them know when we're ready. So once we let them know that we're ready and then they're ready for us to be ready, then we're ready. Who did one in a second? Who was in 205? Is anyone 205 in novice? Was that nose tapping, sir?
No. My no shows. It goes into
We may have found the players, now we're missing score sheets. Where do I bring the score sheet? It's like watching a teleprompter for like a live action telenovela or something like that. It's great. 3, 2, 1, 2. I'm just gonna love every message that comes up. This is a real telenovela. It's a lot more sloppy. Well, one teams missing a player like the Chads they are is willing to go without their fourth player. So, I think we're all very body before lip. Like the EMT code. 111, 112, we don't know. Anything could be happening in there. Oh, wait. Guys, the missing player has been found. We have no idea what's going on in 111 and 112. Oh, I don't love that one. Well, you know, there's something together. It's like, you know, it's on the edge. Sometimes you unlock something rather than just trying to love it. Okay. Apparently, we asked about a room that has no team assigned to it. Go ahead. Rain guys in 206, 207, 208, is it less swampy today? They said they were going to do something about the it was rough.
Yeah. It's not something we wrote.
I believe we've solved the problem of the two rooms, is that neither one of them is actually being used for intermediate. I love that. We can start, guys. Yep. Thanks for coming on. Stay tuned for Act 3 in about 40 minutes. All right, guys, if you're coming in, get a seat in the next 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're not fast enough. Sit down, be quiet. Great. All right, we are going to begin for the crowd. Team A is Florida, Team B is New Hampshire, Team C is Georgia. 2023 NJCL Certamen Intermediate Division Round 2. Toss-up question number 1. Whose attempt to feed his son to the gods?
Tantalus?
That is correct. The rest of the question read, earned him the eternal punishment of being just out of reach of food and drink. Your first bonus. Whose attempt to rape Hera earned him the eternal punishment of being strapped to a flaming wheel?
Ixion, final answer.
Ixion is correct. And your second bonus for murdering their husbands on their wedding night, what punishment did the Danaids earn in Hades?
They had to carry water and seeds, final answer.
That's correct. 20 points for New Hampshire on question number 1. Toss-up question number 2. It's time for Certamen, Caesar says, except this time, rather than doing the action, state Caesar's instructions in English. Caesar dicet, noli clamare.
A4.
Don't shout.
Don't shout is correct. Your first bonus. What is Caesar saying now? Caesar dicet, manete in uno loco.
I think it's it's just say
Stay in one place.
That is correct. Your second bonus. Now translate what Caesar is saying. Caesar dicet, dulcem aquam bibite.
Drink sweet water.
That is correct.
20
points for Florida on question number 2. Toss-up question number 3. Supply the correct participial form of stio needed to render the following sentence into Latin. Aurelia and Julia walked to the school, knowing
Scientes.
Scientes is correct. The sentence was, Aurelia and Julia walked to the school knowing that they would learn much there. Your first bonus. Supply the correct participial form of cognosco needed to render the following sentence into Latin. Aurelia and Julia are about to learn many things in school.
Cognitura.
Repeat it, please.
Cognitura.
Cognitura is correct. And your second bonus, using doceo and the ablative absolute construction, translate this sentence into Latin. After many things had been taught, Aurelia and Julia walked home.
Would you repeat the question?
Using doceo and the ablative absolute construction, translate this sentence into Latin. I need an answer, please.
Okay. Multis docentibus Aurelia et Julia domum ambulaverant.
That's not correct. Since it said after many things have been taught, you need to use a perfect passive participle. You said docentibus, it would be taught. So 15 points, the rest of it's fine. 15 points on question number 3 for New Hampshire. Toss-up question number 4. Name the emperors who immediately preceded and succeeded and...
C3.
Adrian and Marcus Aurelius.
That's correct. The full question was immediately preceded and succeeded Antoninus Pius. Your first bonus. Name both the emperors who immediately succeeded Septimius Severus. No, they wanted the. It's actually kind of interesting. I see where your head was at. Our head was at like the 2 people who succeeded him jointly, and so we had Caracalla and Pieta. So I'm not going to give you points there, but please make a note of that because that's actually an interesting way to interpret that. Your second bonus. Name the emperors who immediately preceded and succeeded Alexander Severus. That is correct. So definitely 15 points for Georgia on question 4, and I will check on that. Toss-up question number 5. Quid Anglicae significat I give...
C2.
That's not correct.
A3.
To build.
To build is correct. Identificat. What's the word? Your first bonus. Quid Anglicae significat waste score.
To feed upon.
That is correct. Do you want an even better one to gratify the palate?
I'm writing it down.
Your second bonus. Quid Anglicae significat inhibeo. Answer, please.
Defer to B3. To stop?
Yeah. It's not on the page, but restrain check for that. Okay. 20 points for Florida on question number 5. And our score, please.
After 5 questions, we have Team A, which is Florida, with 40 points. Team B, which is New Hampshire, with 35 points. And Team C, which is Georgia, with 15 points.
You're not even the same. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You tried to We'll keep an eye on that. Yes. And if you are not a coach, you do not need to be bringing up any issues like that, okay? Only the team members and the assigned coaches may bring up any procedural issues during a round. We all good with that? Okay, thank you. Toss-up question number 6. Sometimes, after successful military campaigns in which at least 5,000 enemies were killed, the Senate bestowed what?
C3.
That is correct. What honor upon the imperator that included a special procession through the center of the city? A triumph is correct. Your first bonus. What was the name of the special purple garment with gold embroidery that triumphant leaders would wear during this procession? Toga Pictet is correct. Your second bonus. According to Plutarch, what man who served as suffect consul with Brutus celebrated the first triumph in Rome in 509 BC after his victory at the Battle of Silva Arsia? Publicola is correct. 20 points for Georgia on question number 6. Toss-up question number 7. While everyone else was enjoying the entertainment, who burst into tears in the court of the Phaeacians at a song
Odysseus.
that recounted his struggles at Troy? Odysseus is correct. And New Hampshire, you have won the visual. It's a good one. All right, here's your first bonus. Assuming the character labeled A is arete, who is identified by the letter B? Alcinous is correct. And your second bonus, give both the identifying letter and the name of the bard in this visual.
D. Demodocus.
That is correct. 20 points for New Hampshire on question 7, and could you show everyone the visual, please? All right. We'll give Cynthia about a second. Okay, great. Toss-up question number 8. Translate the following sentence from Latin to English. Audiamus fabulum.
A3.
Let us hear the story.
Let us hear a story is correct. Your first bonus. Using fruor and fabula, translate the following question from English to Latin. Do you enjoy plays? Start your answer, please.
All right, defer to Beatrice.
Fruor isne fabulis.
Frueris fabulous. So no points on that one. Your second bonus. Using fruor and fabula, translate the following sentence from English to Latin. Let the spectators enjoy the plays. Answer.
Defer to B3.
Okay, so fruantur spectatores. No, not fruantur spectatoribus.
I'm going to catch you up there. So 1, you can't change your first answer. 2, you're way over time. So just call it there. Fruantur spectatorius was fine. You needed to give me fabules, And just a warning for all three teams, when I ask for an answer, it needs to be immediate. Any more stalling or pausing at that point, I'm gonna cut you off, and that's it. So 10 points on question 8 for Florida. Toss-up question number 9. What is the Latin noun and its meaning at the root of animate?
8-3.
Animus, spirit.
That will work. Your first bonus. What is the Latin verb and its meaning at the root of accident?
Defer to B3.
Cado, to fall.
That is correct. And your second bonus. What is the Latin verb and its meaning at the root of pictorial?
Oh, Pingo. Defer to B3.
Pingo, to paint.
That is correct. 20 points for Florida on question number 9. Toss-up question number 10. Which emperor introduced the Actia Jusaria Games, negotiated peace with the Sassanid Empire, erected a cenotaph to Gordian III, and celebrated Rome's
C3.
Philip the Arab is correct. 1000th anniversary was the end of the question. Your first bonus. Which successor of Philip led a rebellion that ultimately led to the betrayal and death of Philip? Decius is correct. And your second bonus, at what location of Shakespearean fame did Philip meet Decius in battle in 249 AD? Verona is correct. 20 points for Georgia on question number 10. And we will check the halftime score.
At halftime, Team A, which is Florida, has 70 points. Team B, which is New Hampshire, has 55 points. Team C, which is Georgia, also has 55 points.
Alright, no more ins and outs. We will keep going. Toss-up question number 11. Consider the sentence, I always forget that thing. Please provide the genitive
8-3.
Answer, please.
It's,
Time.
C2.
Ray is correct. Please provide the genitive singular form of race so that it fits the sentence. Your first bonus. For the noun race, provide the dative singular form so that it fits the sentence. This rock looks similar to that thing. Answer, please. Ray, again, is correct. Your second bonus, for the noun race, provide the nominative plural form so that it fits the sentence. What are those things? Race is correct. 20 points for Georgia on question number 11. Toss-up question number 12. Under commissions chaired by Appius Claudius and run by Decemviri,
C3.
the 12 tables is correct. What body of work officially codified all previous Roman laws in 450 BC? Your first bonus. What law challenged the 12 tables by allowing for intermarriage between plebeians and patricians in 445 BC? Lex Conulea is correct. And your second bonus, what law of 287 BC ended the fifth and final secession of the plebs and made the plebiscite binding on all citizens? Lex Hortensia is correct. 20 points for Georgia on question number 12. Toss-up question number 13. Aurelia's story continues. Listen carefully to the following Latin passage, which I will read twice, then respond in English to the question which follows. Aurelia vestibulum picturis miris pictum. Tam clare pictae sunt, ut homines ibi depicti vivere viderentur. Una cum rebus ex auro factis, quae a hominibus portabantur. I'll repeat. Primo, vidit Aurelia vestibulum picturis miris pictum. Tam clare pictae sunt, ut homines ibi depicti vivere viderentur. Una cum rebus ex auro factis, quae a hominibus portabantur. The question, what did Aurelia see?
P1.
Wonderful pictures, paintings.
That is correct. What did Aurelia see in the vestibule? Your first bonus. What was remarkable about the people depicted in these paintings?
These seems to what? My answer?
That's fine, that's correct. Your second bonus. What were these people doing in the paintings?
Could you repeat the last sentence?
Tam clare pictae sunt, ut homines ibi depicti vivere viderentur. Una cum rebus ex auro factis, quae a hominibus portabantur. Answer, please.
They were carrying.
No, it was men carrying things made out of gold.
Oh.
So 15 points on question number 13 for New Hampshire. Toss-up question number 14. In the Aeneid, when Aeneas arrives in Carthage, what god?
P1.
Answer, please.
Cupid.
Cupid is correct. The full question read, what god masquerades as Ascanius in order to improve Aeneas' chances for a warm reception from Dido by making her fall in love? Your first bonus. What Trojan leads a group that had been separated from Aeneas and is the first Trojan to speak with Dido?
Defer to A1.
I'm sorry, it's Ilioneus is his name. Your second bonus, what god ultimately reminds Aeneas that he was not meant to remain in Africa with Dido?
Mercury, thank you. Defer to A1.
Mercury.
Good catch, that's correct. 15 points for Florida on question number 14. Toss-up question number 15. Of Anas, Balaina, Delphinus, and Piscus, which is being...
P2.
Delphinus.
That is not correct. I'll repeat for teams B and C. Of Anas, Balaina, Delphinus, and Piscus, which is being described by the following sentence? Ego, aut in fluminibus.
B1.
Christmas.
That's correct. The sentence was, Ego aut in fluminibus aut in mare habito, et homines ex navibus me capere temptant, ut me consumant. Ego ex aquas urare non possum. It is Piscus. Your first bonus. Of Anas, Balaina, Delphinus, and Piscus, which is being described here. Ego sum animal in mare habitans. Saepe cum hominibus ludo. Romani figuris mei utebantur, ut septem curricula in circo numerarent.
Delphinius, final answer.
It's Delphinus. I'm not going to take that down because we put the extra letter in there, but I will mark that down and we shall discuss. So no points for right now. Your second bonus, of Anas, Balaina, Delphinus, and Piscus, which is being described here. Ego sum animal maximum, et in mare quoque habito. ego super aquam spiro, et carmen meam longe in mari auditum est.
Alana, that was it?
Do you know what that is?
No.
It's a whale. But yes, that's correct. Anas is a duck, Alana is a whale. So 15 points for New Hampshire on question 15, and our score with 5 to go, please.
All right. We've got Team A, which is Florida, with 85 points. Team B, which is New Hampshire, with 85 points as well. Team C, which is Georgia, with 95 points.
We'll give them just a few seconds to get out and settle. All right. Toss-up question number 16. After surviving a flood, what couple,
C1.
Deucalion and Pyrrha, is correct. The question was, what couple repopulated the earth with their rock throwing? Your first bonus. The oracle of which goddess told Deucalion and Pyrrha to throw the bones of their mother over their shoulders, which they took to mean rocks, the bones of the earth? Themis is correct. Your second bonus, who were the parents of Pyrrha, a titan and the first mortal woman? Who were the parents of Pyrrha, a titan and the first mortal woman?
First one.
Epimetheus and Pandora is correct. 20 points for Georgia on question 16. Toss-up question number 17. Responde Anglicae. Quis sum? Maritum malum habebam, et iste alteram uxorem vole.
B2.
That's not correct. I'll repeat for teams A and C. Responde Anglicae. Quis sum? Maritum malum habebam, et iste alteram uxorem volebat. Ergo, filios nostros necavi, et Athenas volavi.
A3.
Medea.
Medea, that's correct. Your first bonus, Responde Anglicae, quis sum? Olim, deam dianam in silva spectavam. Nunc, mortuus sum, quad canes me interfecerunt.
Can I defer to you? Yeah. Defer to A1.
Actaeon.
Actaeon is correct. Your second bonus, Responde Anglicae, quis sum? Eram pulcherimus juvenis, et omnes me amabat. Ego quoque me amabam. Sed nunc flos sum, quad me nimium amabam.
Alright. Defer to A1.
Narcissus.
Narcissus is correct. 20 points for Florida on question 17. Toss-up question number 18. The periodic table of elements contains many Latin, Greek, and mythological references. Give the Latin and the English for the element whose symbol is P.
A3.
Plumbium lead.
That's not correct.
C2.
Answer, please. Repeat your answer. No. I'll repeat for team B. The periodic table of elements contains many Latin, Greek, and mythological references. Give the Latin and the English for the element whose symbol is PB.
B1.
Columbus.
It's plumbum. You said plumbium, you said plumbus, you said something that is not plumbum. So you're all around there, but no one says plumbum. So no points on question number 18. Toss-up question number 19. Against what people was the lasting superiority of Rome's manipular formation?
A2.
The Greeks.
Prompt, please.
The Macedonians.
That is correct. Was the lasting superiority of Rome's manipular formation proven at battles like Pydna and Cynocephali, where the phalanx of Philip V was crushed? Your first bonus. What veteran of the Spanish and Ligurian Wars served as consul at Pydna?
I believe it's Aemilius Paulus. Aemilius Paulus.
Aemilius Paulus is correct. Your second bonus, what king of Macedon and son of Philip V was defeated at Pydna?
Perseus.
That is correct. 20 points for Florida on question number 19, and our score with one to go, please.
Score as it stands after 19 questions is Team A, Florida, with 125 points. Team B, New Hampshire, with 85 points. Team C, Georgia, with 115 points.
Always guessing. All right. Guys, we have one question to go. Come in quickly or just go so we can get finished up. But get a seat quickly. Thank you. Toss-up question number 20. When recognized, perform this command knowing that punctum means point. Roga moderatorem Anglicae ut decem puncta donet.
Give 10 points.
Yes. Give 10 points. That's fine. Your first bonus, perform this command. Dicite moderatori Anglicae feminam esse ducem.
Could you repeat the question?
Perform the following command. Dicite moderatori Anglicae feminam esse ducem.
Near these. Yeah, also.
Fine.
That's correct. You can also use ducem as like captain. You could have said like our captain. Second bonus. Now, knowing that factio means team, perform this command. Vos omnes aliis factionibus bonam fortunam Anglicae oferatus.
Could you repeat the question?
Knowing that factio means team, perform this command. Vos omnes aliis factionibus bonam fortunam Anglicae oferatus.
We have to wish good luck to the other teams. Good luck.
Good luck.
That's correct. 20 points for New Hampshire on the final question and the final score, please.
Final score after 20 questions is Team A, Florida, with 125 points. Team B, New Hampshire, with 105 points. And Team C, Georgia, with 115 points.
It's only the third round